Well, February eviction rates in Houston soared, and some of those people evicted for non-payment became homeless. Today, KPRC2's Joy Addison visited a shelter in Cleveland. She spoke with residents there who say they were just evicted because they couldn't keep up with rising rent and living costs. Shelter staff say rising eviction filings are keeping them at capacity. Joy joins us with more.
This shelter here in Cleveland, Texas has 3 locations, and the owner says all 3 of them are full. This after last month, Houston landlords filed 3 times more evictions than filed in New York City. Why are these people here in Cleveland? Well, some of them have disabilities, mobility issues, or pets, and couldn't be accepted by other shelters. And now the owner says with an eviction on their record, helping them find housing feels impossible.
Well, I had a good job in Texas. I had worked there for 22 years, and I got behind in my rent. But then later on, here comes the deputy sheriff, this other deputy, and some other man, and they're pounding on my door, and they're telling me, you got to get out now. And there was a bus stop right there where I lived at, and that's where I went, and I stayed there for 3 months or more.
Brenda Simmons is 75 years old and in the early stages of dementia. She was evicted at the end of last year. She and her dog Lady are catching a flight back home to Virginia this evening. She says she can no longer afford to live in Houston. Do you think that the Social Security check is enough to live off of?
Oh, no. No, $740, no.
And your rent was?
At this place, $1,000. It went to $1,060.
Richard Miller is disabled and also lives on a fixed income. He was evicted yesterday after a rental increase caused him to fall behind on payments. He's having a difficult time finding somewhere for him and his dog Happy to live.
Any place I went to we could afford, they wanted $900, and you had to make 3 times that in order to rent it. And I didn't get $2,700 a month.
Last month, Houston landlords filed over 6,500 evictions. That means though New York City's population is more than 3 times Houston's, Houston landlords filed 3 times more evictions than filed in New York City, and 53% above average, according to Princeton's Evictions Lab.
Every day we get calls about homeless placements for families. A lot of the calls are for seniors and people with disabilities because the shelters won't take them because they have mobility issues. The rental history of having that eviction, if it's on there for a decade at least.
What is the solution?
I think the solution is we have to regulate something with the housing for the rent because it's just going to go up, or increase wages to make it more livable.
And we're now seeing the Texas legislature discuss House Bill 32. It could speed up the process for evictions and take away some tenant rights. You can find more information about that on our website, clicktohouston.com. Reporting in Cleveland, Texas, Joy Addison, KPRC 2 News.